How's everyone doing? I know May has been a lot. Believe me, I'm right there with you. I wanted to talk specifically today about the next 5 days because I think they're really crucial for those of you that do rituals and, like to work with the energies like I do. Get ready because the 25th, the 27th, and the 29th are pretty key. And, the 30th, of course, we have the new moon in Gemini. However, I want to talk about the 3 dates that I just mentioned because there are planetary aspects happening that are going to kind of build on this theme of fear, power, and control for us that's been coming up in the last few weeks. Seems to be a bit of a theme that we need to explore, be curious about, and in some cases contend with. So, currently we're still in Mercury retrograde mode. So I don't know how that's been faring for you. I know it's different for everyone. Not everyone's impacted in the same way. Though I do know it throws in wrenches when it comes to communication, mindset, our perspective on things, and the way we think about things. So, on the 25th, retrograde Mercury makes a trine to Pluto, which is also retrograde. So, this to me is a powerful day to really think about how fear, power, and control are impacting, your ability to grow thriving foundations. There is a theme about foundations that has been coming up a lot, Taurus energy, we've got Capricorn energy. So, you want to think about how are you getting in your own way in a foundationally like growth type of way, and like tangible growth, and also how are there perhaps external factors that are getting in your way, and is there anything you can do about them? So this is kind of a day where you're going to have a lot of wisdom. It's a trine. You're going to have some ease in terms of having perhaps downloads, or pay attention to what comes to you if you sit with this question around the 25th and 25th, 26th, and see what comes up. And I would pay attention to the first thing that comes. Maybe sit down, journal about it, or while you're sipping on your tea or whatnot. Because on the 27th, we have a pretty challenging aspect between Venus and Pluto. So it's a square, and what that means is some of those themes around power, control, and fear are going to be activated. So, and we're already kind of nearing the new moon, and, energies are kind of intensifying in different ways as well, because we're going to be hitting the balsamic moon phase. Actually, the 27th is when it starts. So that is the phase of the moon where we're kind of feeling a little bit more introverted, introspective, and trying to shed those energy layers within us, in our energy body, that are no longer serving us. And this happens once a month. Every month on the balsamic moon, we have an opportunity to kind of cleanse ourselves energetically. So this aspect between Venus and Pluto, retrograde Pluto, is happening on that same lunar phase. So, think about kind of your relationship to self-confidence, self-worth, your relationship to love and loving and valuing, how you value yourself and how you value what you have in your life, how you value the foundations in your life. And you really want to think about that in the context of power and control and fear. Pluto is also about surfacing difficult truths. It's about transformation. When it's retrograde, we're kind of going through a self-reflective moment of those things as well. So Oh, one thing I forgot to mention too is on the 27th, while Venus is going through this aspect with Pluto, the square, it's also in its anaretic degree. Talked about this before in my posts on IG, and anaretic degree is the 29th degree of a planet before it moves from one sign into the next. So before its ingress into a new sign, it's in a degree that is a little bit difficult, that 29th degree, especially with the personal planets, which are Mercury, Venus, and Mars. We kind of feel, especially the highly sensitive intuitives, will really feel the kind of edginess of this transition from one sign to the next. So Venus will already be feeling a little bit more how do I say, because it is in Pisces and it's the anaretic degree in Pisces, you want to think about loose boundaries, being too permeable. And you want to think about how external energies may be impacting on that specific day, especially as Venus and Pluto do their little difficult dance. So, ground yourself in whatever way speak to you. Around the 25th, especially around the 27th, especially kind of 25th leading up to the 27th, the 28th. I think that would be really, really important. And as well, lean into the discomfort. I know it's easier said than done. However, if you kind of think about it from a place of observation and curiosity, and try not to go down rabbit holes, which may be difficult during a Mercury retrograde. However, try to just observe without judgment and see, what comes up, to ask yourself these questions around, am I worthy of the foundations that I desire in my life? That is one key question to ask. And a second key question would be, am I capable of building thriving foundations in my life? So am I capable and am I worthy? These are important questions to kind of sit with. Not easy. However, this reflection is really crucial because we're going to be experiencing a very powerful day on the 29th. We're having Mars conjoin Jupiter, which is absolutely beautiful for doing ritual work. And it's happening the day before the new moon. So on the balsamic moon, it couldn't be the most perfect time to do some sort of ceremony or ritual around letting go of the types of what I call energy traps, working through releasing that stagnating energy and all the thoughts that come with it, the mindset that we get trapped into. And so thinking about the questions that I asked, on the 29th, you'll be able to do some form of ceremony or ritual to kind of let those things go that aren't serving you. And the balsamic moon, as I said, is a great time to cleanse and release. And then when you've got Mars conjoining Jupiter, you have access to so much powerful kind of motivation, drive, courage, all those things. And in addition, you have access to really working with the ethers and doing spiritual work. So think about that, because these opportunities in the month, they come and go. We have so much opportunity to work with energies, right, in any given month. However, there are days that are actually really unique and potent. There are moments where there is, in the month, where there's a momentum that you don't want to miss out on, to make the most of any kind of releasing work, to heal, and to, set intentions. So to do this work on the 29th would be really beautiful, because then you kind of cleanse and you release, and you've got the new moon the following day where you can start anew and set your intentions and utter it and have it actualize. Great moment of alchemy in the month for us. So I'm doing the new moon readings for my Patreon folks on the 29th, actually. That's when my patrons will have access to it. So if this interests you, um, feel free to join. You can check the link in the bio of my Instagram as well as in the YouTube below. There'll be a link as well. As always, feel free to comment and let me know what you think about the current energies. There is a lot that's going to be happening. We're going to be going through a lot more retrogrades with the different planets, the outer planets. As we go through the summer, and June will be full, and I'll be posting my forecast of June on Patreon soon, as well as the calendar that I offer as well. So I want to also apologize for the firework sounds that you may be hearing right now. It is Victoria Day here in Canada, and folks are doing their thing. Anyways, I send you lots of love and lots of care, and talk to you soon.